baby. I don't got the baby. For some reason, it's like, oh, it's muted. Oops. See what happens when you play? Oops.
No wonder. I was like, where was it?
No wonder. See what happens? I'm not in there mentally. I saw Wicked today. That's what it was.
It was.
But anyway, welcome everyone. Yeah. Anyway, they did put a spell on me. Anyway, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the live stream today. Today, we're going to be talking about all the American Pies, 1 through 4, the main ones, not the other ones. But anyway, I'm your host, Ash Figueroa. My co-host is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
All right, so we got Tiana, loves movies in the back. Nate is going to have a little trouble talking today. He has a little bit of the flu. His nephew gave it to him on his birthday. It's a parting gift.
Thanks, Luca. Shout out to Luca out here giving me the kid flu. You know, the real annoying one that all the kids from school mix together and put. I'm gonna try my best. I will go as long if then we're gonna laugh because these are funny movies. When I laugh, I might have to mute because I might have to cough, but I will. We'll be good. We're gonna have a fun show. We're gonna give you our reviews and we're gonna do all our usual things. But I am sick, so just bear with me.
Yeah. So all right. So what's new on the channel before we go on and we bring in the special guests and stuff? Okay, so new on the channel. Okay, I unboxed the 4 collector set of John Wick Nova Media. Right. So we got positive stuff on that. So I'll say thank you everyone for watching it. Or positive stuff, right? This week I'll be dropping Twisters, my 4K comparisons to the Blu-ray and 4K. So that's gonna be really interesting on that front. And then Nate, your Gladiator 2 came out. Right, that is pretty good, and your Wicked will be coming out soon because you're gonna watch it sooner than later.
Yes.
Yeah. So other than that, that's pretty much it. This week I had a pretty good day. Today was a long day for me. Like I said, I saw freaking Wicked, and I'm not here to do a review on it. And I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I didn't like the movie.
What's your score? Just give everyone your score at least.
My score?
Yeah, Alex score. Because
I know. Me and you got into it a little bit. We got heated debate, right? Because you were like, oh, you like Greatest Showman. I do like Greatest Showman. I think that's like a 10 out of 10 for me. I loved it, right? Willy Wonka is a 10 out of 10 for me, right?
Oh, the original?
The original, not the new.
Okay.
Right? No, the original. Which is my man Gene Wilder, not the new.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Right? I like musicals. If the story is compelling, if the music is there to guide you, right? Like even Rocky I liked, right? It's not even a musical, but I even liked it, right? That's pretty good. This movie, I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10 in your score. People are gonna be tight. They're gonna be, oh my god, it's a decent movie, but it doesn't do nothing for me. I really
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. I'm gonna walk out the damn thing. Yeah. But again, I'm being fair, okay? Because I'm not gonna be one of those. Oh my god, I loved it, and I want to be like Ariana Grande. No, I'm not. Okay, I didn't like it.
Hey, you can hate it. You're allowed to hate.
I'm not hating it. I think it's decent.
You can though. No, you can hate it if you want. Just because everyone else loves it. Well, 2 out of 10 is not. That's a 1 out of 5. That is like really.
That's bad. Terrible. Yeah, that's bad. So
you want to go maybe 4 out of 10?
That's too high for my.
Oh, it's still you hate it.
That's too high.
Yeah, so then you hate
2 out of 10. 2 out of 10, right? But I'm gonna be really fair though. I told my wife I'm gonna go see the Broadway play. Okay, I'll check out the play. And then I'll do my Alex assessment on the Wicked movie and then the play and see where my meter falls under. But right now, that meter's on empty. In terms of Wicked. I'm not wickedness. I'm not into wickedness right now.
I'm supposed to go see it next Sunday. Okay. So I think there is something else opening this week that I'll review. And then I'll have like a bonus one. So it'll be up a little late. But I mean,
it's all right.
What's okay? I'm not rushing out to see it. Well, first of all, I haven't been outside in like 3 days because I've been dying. But other than that,
monkey. What do you want?
That's right. So I will. That's right. Outbreak. The little monkey got me.
The monkey from Outbreak.
Yeah. So I will see it eventually. But I love that you don't like it. I love that. I don't think I like it. It's not even about musicals because there's musicals I like.
Yes.
I don't like. And there's Broadway shows I've been to that I like, but I think I like Broadway shows on Broadway, and I like movie musicals that are original movie musicals, if that makes sense. I don't need the play to be turned into a movie, if that makes sense. So
I get it.
I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm gonna bring into Tiana to see her point of view in this, but I will say this: I'm not a fan of reimagined. Of what they could do if a villain was a good. Like I don't give a shit.
Revisionist.
Yes. That's like taking Ursula from The Little Mermaid and we're gonna make her into a nice witch, and Ariel being a bitch. Nah, I don't want to.
You mean like Maleficent? Remember
Maleficent? Okay, you could do something like that. Yeah, but I want to take it.
I don't want that.
I don't want that either. I want to see her point of view on this. Okay,
Yes.
from a
Bring her in.
From a female point of view. Okay, let's bring her in. All right. Hello.
There she is.
How you doing? Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing pretty well. I would like to know, before you plug in your stuff, I would like to know your point of view in terms of not the Wicked the movie, but in terms of the storyline. Like, do you like to reimagine the villain being good and see it from that point of view, or you're like, whatever. It wasn't.
I mean, it doesn't really matter about the villain, so maybe not.
Okay.
See, for me, for Wicked, I'm not really like excited to see it because I've never seen the play.
Okay.
So I don't even know what I'm going into. Like, my friends are like, "Oh, let's go watch it," and I was like, "I don't know what I'm watching."
Yeah.
Okay. But
I feel that. Yeah. I feel that because I never saw it either. My understanding is, and Alex, don't tell me if I'm right or wrong.
I'm not spoiling for nobody.
But my understanding is this is going to be the story of how the Wicked Witch became the Wicked Witch. But I would guess she's actually not that wicked, and it's everyone else's fault. That's my guess. If I was a betting man, that's what I would put my money on. That it's about.
I will say this. I don't want to spoil it for nobody. You're on the right track.
Okay.
Right? Like Lady Gaga song, you're on the right track, baby. Yo, it's born this way. Right? I'll say you're on the right track. But the thing is that this is just their way of their story of how she became. Because I bet it's totally different if you read the book, if there's a book of the Wizard of Oz. I bet there's like a real way, the witch became a witch.
The Wizard of Oz, there is a book. The book became the movie 1939. The Wicked play is based off of fan fiction books about the Wizard of Oz. And then they turned that into a stage play, and then they turned that into a movie. So this is like a copy of a brother of a copy of the cousin of the nephew.
All right. Well, look, I don't want to get into all the Wicked because we're here about the American Pie. But you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So for you, Tiana, if you just want to go in there, just how you like seeing any other movie, just want to go in there, watch a movie, musical, just go. Just wing it. Just go in there. You don't need to see the play. You don't need to see. I didn't see the play. Now I'm going to go see the play and see if it's better than the movie. But you just go in there. Just bam. It's like Phantom of the Opera. Did you see Phantom of the Opera in Broadway play?
I have seen that before, yeah.
See, did you love the play more or the movie?
I did like the play more than the movie.
Me too. I like the play more.
Yeah,
I was all up in it. I'm not gonna lie, you get sucked in the play more than the thing. So yeah, just like that, just go, just wing it. And you be like, all right, there you go. Then you have the assessment when you go with the girls to see it in Broadway play. That's the way I see it. All right, Tiana, plug in your stuff for everyone that don't know you.
Hey, I'm Tiana Loves Movies. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and you can find me on YouTube. And I do a whole bunch of just showing off what I bought, what I watch, and yeah, come on over.
There you go. Come on over and see what she brought.
She's so nice
and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into the box office numbers for American Pie, I just want to know from you guys, when was the last time you seen all four, and your initial reaction when you first saw it? Hey, Tiana, what you got?
So I usually watch them every year. And the last time I seen them, I think, was May. But I did rewatch them again recently. But then I had to rewatch them again for this stream.
Wow.
Wow.
When I first seen them, I was a teenager. And I didn't really know what I was watching, but I knew it was really funny. So I wanted to definitely check it out. And I loved it so much. It's so fun.
Oh, okay.
We got the right person for this.
We got the right person then.
She picked the right one. You know, when I reached out and I was like, "Hey, would you like to join us?" She's like, "Give me that American Pie." I said, "I got a feeling you're the right person for this."
I like sitting down with people that are fans of the franchise. I'm not saying that everyone that sat in the seats are not fans, because everyone's a fans. They love their movies. But when you're like a diehard, like you sit me down in a Ghostbusters panel, Big Papa Al's gonna bring the knowledge. Like if I was in the movie, like that's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I love about doing these rankings and have different new people sitting in the seats with us, knowing what they love and stuff. So the fact that you love these things, I love it. That's pretty cool. All right, Nate, what you got for us?
Okay, so I saw the first one on tape or DVD, one of them. I don't remember. Wasn't old enough to. I was only 12 when it came out, but it was. We'll just say it was one of those movies where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to be watching this, but it's so funny. Like, this is a hilarious movie, and I'm only 12, and I shouldn't be laughing at this, but I am. I saw part 2 on DVD. Also, the third one is the first one. American Wedding's the first one I saw at the theater because I was 18, so I was able to buy my own ticket. So me and my cousin went to watch it. Just died laughing. 2005. Then American Reunion I saw with another cousin of mine in the theater. So I saw the last 2 in the theater. I'll be honest, I have not seen these in at least 10 years. And I liked them all when I watched them the first time. Like I liked the first one, I liked the second one, I liked the third one, and I liked the fourth. This is my first rewatch in at least 10 years of all of them. So I think my thoughts have changed on them with this rewatch.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry I'm eating live. I have not eaten at all day. I've been out with the family. I went to see Wicked, and now I'm here eating my first meal. So I'm sorry if I'm eating.
He's eating some American pie.
No, I'm eating some, yeah.
American pasta.
All right. So myself, I have not seen these in a long. This is the first time I've seen the unrateds. So that already tells you that I only saw the theatrical cuts of these movies. But yeah, I seen them when they all came out, but not in the theater, when they first dropped on DVD. That's the only way I have them. And I brought them digitally. So I didn't buy the Blu-rays or nothing like that. I'm very picky now when it comes to physical media, like how I'm going to buy them. Like if I'm going to rebuy this entire thing, am I going to rewatchable? For me, like comedies like this, I just buy the digitals and I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need to throw these things in my shelves because I have so much to take cover. But yeah, these are digital copies, but they all look great except for the Reunion. They did not look good. That needs a cleaning up in footage wise.
The new one?
Yeah, it was like kind of dark. It was weird. I sent you a photo.
I watched them all on Blu-ray, and that one looks the best. Probably.
But I have it digitally. Blu-ray might look great. That's what I'm saying. It could have been
digitally it didn't look good. That's so weird.
Yeah, I'll send you the photos. You're gonna be like, what the hell? Like, what the hell did you watch it?
Bad copy.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Bootleg digital.
Bootleg digital. No, but yeah, that's the last time I saw it. But I ain't gonna lie. Well, I will talk about it in the first movie because there's some stuff about the movie that I was like, oh my god, unrated. I was like, whoa, what are we getting ourselves into with this? Because I had my kids running around and I said, sake bleu. I was like, what is this?
No way. Go sleep.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? I felt like Jim to watching this movie. I was like, what are you two guys doing? All right. Let's start off with some box office numbers, right? American Pie 1 came out in the year 1999, and I remember this clearly because I was like, what is this? A lot of beautiful women on screen. Shannon Elizabeth.
On the poster.
I was like, whoa. Yeah, especially Shannon Elizabeth. Look at this money this made. $11 million budget, right? Domestic, it made 102. International, 132. And then for a worldwide of $235 million on an $11 million budget. This is where you talk about success is success. Tiana, what do you think of these numbers? Pretty quick.
That's pretty good for the numbers. Like, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Nate, what do you think?
It's kind of what you expect.
Yeah.
I mean, $11 million, so it made 22 times its budget. I will call it a hit. I will go with a hit. Especially, you did it for so cheap. Unknown. I watched, by the way, after I was done, I watched on the Blu-ray, there's a 3-hour documentary about the first 3 movies. And I watched it. And like hearing how the movie got made and the whole like the casting process. And like all these people are unknown at this point on this poster. Mina Suvari was, I think, American Beauty had already come out. But really everyone else, Thomas Ian Nicholas was in like Rookie of the Year when he was a kid. You know, he did some movies when he was younger. They were all unknowns, really. Sean William Scott never did nothing. Stifler became, you know, a household name. So this was like a career launcher for everyone in it. Yeah. So very impressive.
Yeah. So, all right. So now I'm just going to go blaze right through the numbers for 2, 3, and 4. So we got the first one out because let me tell you something. I think this is, Nate, you might agree with me. This might be the most consistent money-wise worldwide. And you guys are going to be shocked. Okay. Right. Number 2 came out in the year 2021. So 2 years later, they said, we're going to greenlight this sucker because this is going to be a hit. And that's what they did. They gave him $30 million, and they grossed $287 million. on the sequel. All right, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's crazy, Alex."
Pretty good.
Yes, it is. It's very good, right? Well, guess what? They did it again. They went, you know what? We're gonna do it another 2 more years. We're gonna give you American Wedding. Let's give it the trifecta of American Pie. So they jumped up the budget to $55 million. Now this could be due to maybe the actors are now becoming popular.
Yep.
Salary boost. You know how it is. People get greedy. Well,
different location shooting.
Different location. Yep. $55 million for a worldwide total of $232 million. Now, it's a hit, but it did not surpass part 2.
Right.
So you're going, damn, did it lose its legs? I don't know. I don't know, because you know what? They did it in 2012. They said, we're going to do the reunion. We're going to bring back everybody. Oz did not come back for part 3 because he was shooting We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson. So he decided to do that movie over American Wedding, which I would have did the same thing. Now, American Wedding came out 2012 on a budget of $50 million, $5 million less than American Wedding. And it made $234 million in the box office. It is a success for films, but I want to ask you guys, because this is so consistent in the numbers in terms of where all the money land is all the same, whether it's $2 million up or $2 million less. So what do you think, Tiana, of the entire thing? And I'll put the total for you guys in front right now, so you can see. Boop.
Oh,
and
okay.
that's from the highest it made all the way to the lowest.
It's so weird that American Wedding made such less, because I felt like more people were torn that one and the second one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that American Wedding. I did not know American Wedding did not make that much money.
Yeah, Nate.
I think it's kind of crazy that they're 2, 3, and 4 are separated by a total of $3 million between 235, 234, 232. I mean, you're right. I don't think we've had one that is this consistent. And just, the budgets went up as things like that do.
Mm-hmm.
However, the quality went, they were all they all look a little watching them now. The others do look slightly better than the first movie.
Yeah.
Slightly. But, they all were even, okay, we raised your budget to 50, you still make 232 or 234. You're still, I did not know that they all made so much money. And I'm surprised that there hasn't been one since American Reunion. I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's true.
Well,
where's American uncles or
kids?
American parents or something?
With,
with their kids grown up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
I could see them doing a movie with Jim and Michelle. Do you know how Jim does his father's mentoring, and maybe his father dies in that movie?
Exactly.
You could do something like that, but bringing back Stifler and all that, then it would become more. You know what I mean?
American Friends.
Yeah, American
Friends.
Yeah. But all right, well, let's get into it. I mean, because I was kind of shocked when I saw this. I said, "Damn, this must have been the most consistent so far that we did in terms of franchises. Very consistent." And I was very shocked that part 2 didn't make the most. But that was a trend that once we started doing this ranking list and I started to do all the box office number stuff, I noticed the sequels are always the most in almost all the franchises.
Always make more because people didn't know about the first movie, liked it, and then when the sequel comes out, like, I love the first one, and then more people go see it.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, let's start it all off. 1999, American Pie. So, Tiana, you can take it away. You can say what you like about it, but do not rank it yet. Like, what would you give the final score?
Okay.
Just let us know on your 20th rewatch your thought. What did you love about it? What you hate about it?
Okay.
That stuff. Go ahead.
Perfect. All right. So, of course, the ironic pie scene with Jim, the best scene in American Pie.
Yeah.
That scene is so funny. And then I guess everyone's probably seen it, so there's no spoilers, right?
Oh no, no
Like
spoilers.
25 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like everyone's good. I hope. And grandma dying, that's a shocker, and it's just so funny. And the way when Jim's dad is talking to him about sex and teaching him hey, oh, here's some porno magazines instead.
Oh, so
Oh,
uncomfortable.
it's so funny. Because I think everyone has had that talk. Even if you're a female, you've had that talk with your mom or your dad, which is weird, but anyways. But yeah, anyone has had a talk like that in that scene. So it's very relatable to many people.
Yeah, it is kind of it is funny though. All right, Nate, what you got?
Yeah, you said the key word there at the end. This is a relatable movie, especially if you grew up in the 90s. People of a certain age will relate to this more than if you showed a kid now, obviously. You know, there's even a reference in a later movie where they're talking about cell phones. There's a cell phone joke.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, well, we didn't have cell phones when I used to do this. And, you know, it's because in 1999, it was a different world, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, such a relatable movie. I think the good thing about the movie is that it's gross. This is a gross out. It's a sex comedy, right? These were really big in the 80s. And then they didn't really make them in the 90s until this kind of brought it back.
Yeah.
This is what you'd put in the realm of like Porky's or, you know, Revenge of the Nerds or those kind of rated R high school teenage sex movies. And this was sort of the renaissance of it. And, but it has heart. And I think that's why a lot of people were drawn to it because the characters are likable. They're not all, you know, even the one that's not likable, which is Stifler, you end up liking him because he has some of the funniest lines. You know what I mean?
You end up loving him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, and I think they did a great job balancing the characters because you have the guys and the girls, what's going on with each of them, a nice ensemble, and everyone's really talented in this. Eugene Levy's hilarious. John Cho as the MILF guy. Every time he shows up in these movies, he makes me laugh. He just has a little bit of lines, but anyway, I just think it was a good gross out comedy with a lot of heart, and that's why people were kind of drawn to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's funny rewatching them, right? Because now I put on the unrated, so I was like, oh my god. So I totally forgot how raunchy this movie was, especially the unrated. I was like, holy hell! I was like, what is going on? So I said, whoa. I totally forgot how beautiful Shannon Elizabeth was playing the Nadia, right? And I said, holy crap. And I remember when this movie came out, everybody was all up in Shannon Elizabeth. I was like, holy crap. But I totally forgot. Then I looked up her age and said, holy crap. She's 51. I went, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm old. But that scene is so nuts, right? Because you have your four friends. And I think that's what makes the movie, the movie. You have four friends and they all trying to get laid. And I guess you could say everybody had that type of relatable thing. But parties like that, like that's the thing me and my wife talked about was we never had parties like that. Like, oh, let's go to this guy's party and it's like a whole floor of people banging and alcohol. Like this is movie. This is called movie parties.
It depends where you grew up. You grew up you grew up in like New York.
Yeah, I'm in New York. There's no way in hell.
Suburbs. Listen, when I was in high school, there was parties like this in my neighborhood.
Really?
Yes.
We had parties.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. It depends on where you grew up or where you lived, really.
Well, then guess what? New York, they ain't no shit like this. I'll tell you that. Like to me, I can't relate to this because we have buildings. There's no way there's like house parties. So for me, I liked the movie for what it was. I thought it was really funny. I love 80s comedy, which Nate could tell you, but I love 80s comedy. So Revenge of the Nerds is right up there for me. And this is right up there. I liked it. I thought it was funny. I liked Jim a lot. I like how he fell in love with his wife, like from the first movie, because he could have just went with Nadia. That's who he really wanted to. But he went with the girl. No, he tried 2 times, twice. Yeah, but I just think it was funny. Stifler, I think he's funny. I like all of them. They all have personalities that you just, you know, even Oz when he talks all soft. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
When he's singing, dude, it makes me laugh.
My dude is a bumblebee.
It's so funny when he's practicing to do the duet.
Oh, do you believe in magic
Heather?
or whatever?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my, because they're not even good singers, but they're doing this duet and it makes me laugh every single time.
They think they're gonna get women.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that he was like, super blah 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 blah
Yeah. The teacher's like, that's great.
He's like, I don't know. It came out of love.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have funny stuff. I mean, I love the dad.
Oh, the
you gotta
dad's
sign
the
me up. I could do
best.
a whole movie with the dad. He is mad funny. Like he is just so. And the funny thing is, like, the mom is in the movies, but you never see her.
You don't see her much. Like you
No.
literally do not see her.
No,
She's there. Yeah, she doesn't have. I mean, she does the walk-in in part 2.
Yeah.
And then she's there, but she's not
in
the focus.
Wedding a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Yeah, it really focuses on the father-son thing, which I like. You know, if you're Jim's the main character, and it's written from a guy. Apparently, he wrote it based on his kind of growing up. So all the people in it are like based on people like his actual friend group.
Okay.
And so, you have like that the whole father-son dynamic. I love that Eugene Levy that he never what's his name? Mr. Levinstein. He never like judges him, even though he catches him doing the absolute like if my dad found me doing any of this stuff, I'd be grounded forever for life. And he's just like, well, we'll just
you get an ass whipping if you bone the freaking apple pie. If you walk in,
we ate it all. And it's like, really, that's it. But okay. Also, I gotta say though, this movie, one thing that has not aged great is that scene with Nadia. That would never. That's like unknowingly broadcasting nude people across the internet. It's a little like watching it now. It's a little like, oh, this is
cringy. It's very cringy.
Like this ain't right. Yeah. And it's still pretty funny because you have like Blink 182 is in there. And you're like reacting to it.
And the monkey.
The monkey, and he's like, he's covering his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a funny scene, but it would not fly. It would not fly. Today.
No, I don't even think they would.
Of it would not.
Yeah, no way. No
True.
way. I think you're right, Nate. I think that scene alone. I bet if they give that script right now, they would have been like, we're not shooting this scene like, at all.
Take it out.
We're removing it. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, because technically you're filming someone that's
without their consent on the internet. Yeah.
And him running
like
all the way.
Or something.
He ran all the way down like 3 blocks to his friend's house, and she's touching herself. I was like, man, this would never fly in this movie. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Weird Science. A little bit. Remember how like those guys were like into the model chick?
Yes.
And then she was like hot. But all right, Tiana, what's
also the last thing? I'm sorry. Great soundtrack. All of these movies, by the way, but this first one has a great.
My favorite. We'll talk about it. My favorite one is part 2. With
2 has
Sum 41. Yeah, with Sum 41. It has all these good Charlotte
in there. Good Charlotte is in American Wedding as well. This one has Blink 182. I think it has what was that other song that I like? I can't think of it right now, but all of them have great soundtracks.
Yeah.
All 4.
I was listening to Sum 41 in the car going to the theater. I was like, pardon me. I felt like a teenager again. I was like, why am I listening to this crap? But yeah. All right, Tiana, score for part 1.
Oh, okay, so we're doing it out of 10?
Yeah, you can do out of 10. For Nate.
5
Nate
if you want, or 10.
Very
okay.
wicked.
I'm gonna say, so I'll do it out of 5.
Yes, that's my girl.
I'll do like 4 out of 5 for this one.
Yes.
There's a reason why, but when we keep going into them, the other ones.
Okay.
I like that.
Love
Yeah,
it.
Well,
4 out of 5. Okay.
Well,
what you got, Nate?
I have the same score because I have an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
That's
cool.
equivalent to a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I think it's still very good.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. I give it a 4 out of 5 too. I think it's a great movie, and personally, I think it still holds up. I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it still holds up. The only thing that was a little I totally forgot is when this dude I don't want to say it over the year, but he went into the beer cup.
It's so gross. Yeah, it's so gross.
I just think each movie gets funnier. But that part, I was just like, oh my God, this really But anyway, I agree with Stephanie on this. This is a very quotable movie. All right, Nate. Can you throw handily, or you want me to read through this stuff?
You can go for it tonight. I can't.
You could. All right.
I'm taking the night off from reading the chat.
Just warm up your throat. Be like bumblebee, bumblebee, bumblebee. All right, here you go. Turner fan says, "Look, I remember seeing this in theater and dying laughing. I don't think I had laughed as that hard in the theater before or since. Okay. He Turner fan Rich says hi Tiana, hi Jay. Everyone's saying hi to each other. And of course, Scott said American Retirement 2025. John Doe Gigolo says American Pie presents blood and vomiting everywhere.
Those horrible things.
Tony Movie Chappie says American Pie, very solid teen sex comedy, and plus I do love me some Allison Hannigan. Yeah, that's Willow, right? Buffy.
Yeah, she's the band camp girl.
Oh, okay, yeah, she's hot. She gets really gorgeous in part 3. Is it The Wedding?
The Wedding.
She's a little older.
The Wedding.
She has the longer hair. Yeah, I was like, yeah, she's hot in that one. She was hot as Willow too, by the way. But anyway, okay, here we go. He gives it an 8 out of 10 for him, so he agrees with you, Nate. All of us, because we all say the same thing. They don't make comedies like this like they used to anymore. Stephanie said we didn't have parties like this either, so she agreed. But Stephanie's from she's
in the hood. She don't. She having like house party like Kid and Play, not like this movie.
Yeah. All right. Tony says all of the cast here is great all around. Who's that in the front row? Most relaxed dad ever. Laughing. Tony says cancel culture is truly ruining comedy. I don't think it did. I just think we're in a newer generation that it's more focused. Like you can't do that. Like it's. Yeah,
you just offend more people.
Yeah,
nowadays, like things like that would just offend more people. That's the only
Yeah, you see that stuff, then you start thinking of Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
Puff Daddy situation. You're like, what? R. Kelly peeing on someone. That happened in American Pie 2.
It does happen.
It does. All right, here we go. Jay says, look, oh man, my whole family would have known down to my third cousins on both sides of the family. Okay. Rachel McCoy.
Oh, Rachel, hey.
Says, the question is, does what happened at band camp stay at band camp?
Not if Michelle is talking.
I don't know.
It tells every story from band camp, the whole entire movie.
She does. All right, Stephanie says, very quotable. Jay says, Rich says, I died laughing in the beer cup. Yes, I did too. I laughed, but I was still a little squirmish. Tony says she was in Buffy. Yes, she did. Rich gives it a 5 out of 5. It's a perfect for him. Scott gives it 8 out of 10. Rich says, the more the offense, the better. I agree. But you got to see where you fall on that line. You don't want to go over that threshold of offending a lot of people in those type of movies. Okay.
You want to make sure that people go see your movie. You have to, it's a balance act.
Yes, it is. All right, here we go. The next movie came out in 2001, and it's American Pie 2. Go ahead, Tiana, take it away. What you got?
So this one is not a really big one for me. I'm not for this one. So so this one fell flat for me. I don't know why, but it definitely just kind of did. I'm not an American Pie 2 fan.
Wow. I like that.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. What you got, Nate?
I'm not gonna lie. I agree. In a way. This one is a lesser to me, and watching it, I was like, okay, there's so much stuff that gets the back burner for such long stretches, like Kevin and Vicky. They act like it's gonna be a storyline. They go to the store, right? She's like, we can hang out as friends, and then literally for like an hour, they don't even show them interacting with each other.
I don't even really care for Kevin. Like, do you guys care for Kevin?
I liked him in the first one. I liked him in the first one because he's the one who, he was like the glue guy, kind of.
Yeah.
He's not too crazy. He's not too every friend group has that guy. But in this one, he was like nothing pretty much.
Yeah.
You had Oz and Heather doing a weird long distance relationship thing. And I like the premise of like going to the lake house and all that kind of stuff. But I did watch, like I said, I watched that behind the scenes. I think the reason this budget was so high is they had to reshoot this a lot because they had a bunch of stuff that the test audiences hated and they had to scrap it and reshoot it. Apparently Stifler's dad was going to be in it. He was played by Chris Penn. They shot all the scenes. Oz and Heather break up with each other. They cheat on each other and break up with each other and then get back together. Cut that whole thing out the movie. So there was like a lot of stuff that wasn't playing well. So it ends up being more like a greatest hits but not as good as part 1.
All right. It's a good thing Tiana started this because I kind of agreed. This one, it was kind of flat. It's like a flat soda. Still has a good taste, but it was flat.
Not a good feeling.
Not a good feeling.
Yeah.
It doesn't quench your thirst, right? Like,
Right.
So I totally agree with all you guys. One thing I felt like halfway through this movie, I felt like they were trying to capture the magic of the first movie. Like, especially the scene that Stifler runs into the house. Like, why are you running into these random women's houses? And he takes the dildo, and then Jim goes in, and then the other guy goes in. And I'm like, this felt so long for me. I was like, this is not funny at all. Like, then they do the kissing and all that. And I was like, this is not... I started to check out almost towards that scene, those scenes in the movie. And I totally agree. I don't like... is Kevin the one from the Rookie of the Year? I'm not a big fan. Is that him? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him and Oz. I was never into those guys, Oz and them. I like Stifler. I like Jim. And I like the other guy, Finch. I thought he was funny.
I like Finch.
I like Finch too. I think he's really good. But yeah, this movie, there's just something off about the whole thing. I don't like the relationship with Tara Reid and Kevin. I didn't like it in the first because it was like mad whiny. But then throughout, I don't like what they did throughout the whole entire franchise.
It got worse in this movie.
Yeah, it starts to get worse with them. I didn't like the Oz and the other relationship. I do like the Jim is trying to get with Nadia still, but then I do love, it's funny, if this movie was centered around Jim trying to get with Nadia, and I mean it does, and then he finally falls in love for Michelle, I thought that was the best storyline in the entire movie. Like, I actually was into it. I was like, wow. When they were doing the band camp thing and he played the stupid trombone, I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was funny as Peter or whatever. Like, I thought that was good. But at the end of everything, I totally agree with all you guys. This was just a flat sequel, which made the most out of all of them, which is the weirdest thing.
So
because it had the best soundtrack.
I do agree. That is a really good soundtrack.
Now, I will say it did have some good. It did have some good scenes. The super glue scene is funny. Especially when he's trying to throw the tape off, the way he's doing it.
I guess.
Comedy element is funny, and when they're at the hospital and the dad's yelling at the old lady, it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Sorry if his taste in video rentals doesn't meet your standards, and she's all crazy. Like that part is funny. And Michelle, I do like her and Jim in this. So there's things I like in it, but it's like 20 minutes longer than the first movie for no reason. It doesn't really do much more. So I don't know. I think it's okay, but it's just not as funny as the first.
It did feel long. It felt long. Yeah. Watching it, I was like, oh my God, this thing is long and a little bit boring. Okay, Tiana, what do you score this one?
I'm a 3.5 out of 5 for this one.
Wow, you I think you came through to I like that. You know our scoring system. She came prepared. She did. All right, what you got, Nate?
6 out of 10 for this one. 6 out of 10. Okay. It'll be a 3 out of 5 on yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3. To me, I can't give it a half, but I would give it a 3. I think it's a good sequel, but nowhere near as good as the first, to me. Yeah, especially like the party scene, like they were trying to... I like the camp house thing, the whole lake house thing, but I just think it was just so... I'm sorry to say this, but we did not talk about Casey Affleck, Oscar Award winner, is Kevin's brother. Yeah, that is crazy. That's crazy.
Also, Adam Brody is in this one in the beginning at the party. Adam Brody is like one of the guys at the party too.
Yeah,
randomly. So that was cool to see him.
It's cool seeing the younger when they were young and stuff before they became stars. All right, Nate, 3 for you, 3 for me, 3.5 for Tiana. All right, here we go. 2003, they came out with another sequel, and this time
we're gonna check the chat.
Oh,
we only got a few on this one.
Yeah, I don't think it's much. The question is, Jay gave it a 4 out of 5. She was in Buffy. Blah 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 blah. Turning straight up facts. Scott said my first favorite is when he glues his hand to the videotape and his junk. And then, of course, Rich says the long distance part made me laugh. Very relatable. That's true when you send me the text and what I'm wearing. Rich, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love Rich. I love Rich to death. Rich is a National Lampoon's character from American Pie. Like, out of all of us, he is. The first day we met each other, he texted me. He goes, "What are you wearing?" And I went, "What?" I was like, "Who does that?" I was like, "Okay," but Rich is. He is Jim of our group.
Honestly,
no, seriously, he asked David about. I'm not even gonna talk
all
about
kind of
it.
stuff.
But some weird
Shout
shit.
out to Rich. That's why I
Yeah.
commented, "Don't be gross."
Yeah, he's a gross guy.
He's a gross guy. I love him.
Yeah, he's
definitely Jim though.
He is Jim of the group.
100%. He's kind of tragic a little bit. It's hilarious. But Rich is great. He's coming on, by the way, in January for our next ranking. So we're not gonna tell you what it is yet, but he'll be here.
Yeah, he is. All right, here we go. Very relatable. Nate says, "Rich, don't be gross." Everyone's laughing. 3 out of 5 for Rich. 3 out of 5 for Jay. 7 out of 10 for Scott. And he said, "I am me." Yes, you are. All right, here we go. Next movie, Rich. 2003, American Wedding. All right, now Michelle and Jim is getting married. All right, Tiana, take it away. What you got?
I love this one.
Oh.
I love this one so much.
Okay.
All the things are so funny. Like, if anyone wanted to watch something after American Pie, the first one, I would say American Wedding should be next. Just because I love the scene with Stifler and the grandma. I love the scene with I think he's like the butler dude, and he has the ashless shafts.
Oh,
and he's like,
Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the bachelor party.
And then dancing with Stifler and him. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
The dance battle at the gay club.
Oh,
yeah.
and Jim cutting his pubes because they told him to, and they go on the cake.
Yeah.
The look on their face when they have to throw away the cake, it's so funny.
And they were getting the pubes in their mouth too. And I was like,
God.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was disgusting. At the end of it, that was. All right, Nate, what you got?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to love this one. And this is the one. This is the one where on this rewatch, I liked it less than I used to.
Oh.
I do think it's funny. I think like pound for pound, it's maybe the funniest one. Like it has some really good, like funny situations, set pieces. I do like Stifler and Finch competing for cadence, and like Stifler's trying to be a nice guy and say that one time he's like, "It makes me feel so lethargic," and she's like, "What does that mean?" And he says, "I don't know." Makes me laugh, but the reason I don't like this one as much is I like the characters in the first two. It sucked that none of the girls were back from the first two movies. No Oz. Even if you don't like them, it felt like there was a lot missing.
Yes.
And there's too much Stifler in this movie. And I like Stifler, but this is a Stifler movie, essentially. Like, he is almost the main character in this movie. He ruins the wedding. Then he has to save the wedding. Then he's trying to get with the girl. Then he does the dance off. He does the bachelor party. He eats the poop. He get like all the super like gross funny parts that Jim might have got. Stifler gets him in this movie. So it's, to me, it was too much Stifler, and I love Sean William Scott, and I like him as Stifler, but less is more with him for me. Like, when he comes in, says something funny, and leaves, he does that a lot in the first movie. Hilarious. When he's there all the time, and he keeps doing that laugh, like, doing this laugh the whole time, it's too much Stifler. I didn't like it as much this time. I'm not going to lie. Don't kill me.
No, honestly, it's funny because I kind of agree with you. I started to not hate, but I started, it just like, I don't like Ryan Reynolds, and this character reminded me of Ryan Reynolds. Like, why I don't like Ryan Reynolds, like his humor, like his stupid, like sarcastic, which I'm sarcastic as fuck, but it's just one of those things. Like, I agree with you. Like, I liked him in was it in the college when Oz is reading a book and he put the paper and he said "fuck face."
Yes, like, just little things like that is funny. Yeah,
I thought that's funny because I have friends like that. You just curse at each other for what? But yeah. But in this one, it was way too much over the top for no reason. Like, I'm like, bro, you guys are already an adult. Like, you still acting like the same that you were in American Pie, while everyone else got older. I feel like in terms of mature, he has not matured Even we're gonna get to Reunion. It felt kind of the same shit too. I was just like, man, this character did not mature. It's just the same old. But yeah, with Wedding, I wasn't too crazy with that myself. With him, I like Michelle's sister, but again, as a character that they just threw in for the wedding, they should have had her throughout. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I never even mentioned she had a sister.
No, she never did. Never even have a photo of Michelle and her sister. So I thought that she was like the only child.
I did like her parents though. Fred Willard and that other lady.
Oh, I loved him because he's from. Is he from Everybody Loves Raymond? He's I forgot her names.
He's funny though. The parents were funny.
Oh yeah, he's funny. But yeah, like I don't know. I just felt like, and you're right with the Oz not being there. It felt weird because that's the first thing I said. I was like, "What the hell is Oz?" Like you have all the main best friends except for Oz, which there was not even a mention of Oz in the whole movie.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't even be like, too bad Oz couldn't make it because he had to. You thought they would, and they pretend like he's dead.
So I looked up, and the reason how I knew he was doing We Were Soldiers because I looked it up. I was like, why is he not in the movie? So when I looked it up, he had a choice of doing We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson or American Wedding. So he chose Mel Gibson, We Were Soldiers, which again, in a career path, I kind of understand. It's going to open more doors, serious roles, blah, blah, blah. And another thing, they did write a scene that Jim says something about he's in Spain with that other girl in Spain, but they said that the test studies, it didn't work out. Like people didn't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, like
so they mentioned it and then they took it out.
Yeah,
they should have left it in because I would have liked it.
And me too. I was
like he doesn't even exist.
Yeah, so they make it up for it in the next movie.
Yes,
he does say one sentence, and I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense.
It's like, hey, it wasn't at the wedding.
Yeah, now I'm here at the reunion, guys.
You know I wasn't gonna miss this, baby. Yeah.
Hey guys. But yeah. So again, a good movie for me. It was a good movie. Okay, Tiana, what are you gonna give this out of 5? Can't wait.
I'm a 5 out of 5 for this one. This is my favorite. This is my favorite.
Okay. She gave it a perfect.
All those funny scenes, and I've always like if I rewatch American Pie 1, this is always the one I rewatch because it just gives you a good laugh.
It has a good laugh. My thing is the dance off was so horrible, and I think it did not age well. He's like,
the dancing's not very good.
It's not.
Like, not that good for them to be so impressed.
And I'm not gonna say like I'm a aficionado of dancing, but especially in a gay club, like those guys dance. I mean, I'm not saying I go to a gay club. I'm just saying. I'm not like I know like a police academy. I'm just saying is like those guys dance, right? Like they dance, and I felt like the choreograph on this one was like not as good. It should have been good because he's a good dancer, right? He's teaching Jim how to dance for the wedding. They should have had him dance like
really good.
Yes, like really good. Like he's really battling the guy. So to me, I was like that was like the only letdown because he was just doing some stupid dances, and I was just like, this is not
running around in a circle, basically.
Yeah, he looked worse than the breakdancing lady from the Olympics.
Oh no, my girl Ray Gunn.
Yeah, Ray Gunn. She was horrible, but I think this guy was worse. But anyway, Nate, what do you give this movie out of 10?
Chris Klein. He was in American Pie 2. Then he was in Rollerball. Then he was in We Were Soldiers. Then he was in Just Friends, which I actually like.
That's a good movie.
Then he was in a bunch of garbage. Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li, all this stuff, and then magically picked back up American Reunion. He said, "Oh, wait a second, maybe this was a good job for me."
We Were Soldiers didn't pan out like I thought.
Exactly. Okay, what did I gave this a 6 too. I think it's funny. I laugh, like I said. There's a lot of funny parts, but too much Stifler this go around for me. I was like, the dog poop part is funny. Because of Fred Willard, what he's saying. He's like, yeah, is it smooth? Is it sweet?
Is it chunky?
Is it chunky? That part made me laugh.
And she's like, oh, tell Mama what it's like.
Yeah.
Tell Mama what it's like. Yeah. 6 out of 10.
You could tell like they put like massive Tootsie Rolls in his mouth because they was stuck and he was like, this is so good.
And he's like, I gotta go. And he's like, I gotta go.
He started started to get mad.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But like I said, there's a lot of good moments. But then him banging the old lady was like, I was like, this is not funny. Like,
how do you not know? How stupid can you be?
Exactly what I was saying.
It's like, your body's not what I thought it would be. No, of course not. Like, what? It doesn't even make any sense.
It's kind of stupid. You would, when you're feeling like you would have known. Like,
yes,
exactly.
You definitely would have.
You would touch her hair, and you would have felt the glasses. You would have felt her freaking hair. There was no way you're gonna tell me that was this
young 19-year-old body is not the same as a grandma in a wheelchair. By the way, she can't. Like, how? I don't even know. I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah,
I get what silly.
Just to have fun.
I don't know. Yeah. I do like though when they're at the wedding, she keeps smiling at him and the faces she's making is, and he's like, goes out. It did make me laugh.
He called him a grand motherfucker. That was
my god. Yeah, Finch. I like that. I like that too. Finch,
that was pretty funny. All right, so Nate, you gave it a 3 out of a 5?
A 6 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 out of a 5 too. I think it's a good movie. I still think the first one is the best one. In terms of the watch of the first 3. But let's see what everyone says here. James is here, your cousin Nate.
Hey,
he says, I love this franchise.
Okay.
James says the dance-off was funny in American Wedding. He gave it a 7 out of 10 for him. Okay.
Nice.
All right, so the last movie in the entire set, and I know there's 8 of them.
Above though, Tony gave it a 7.
Oh, my bad. Tony gave it a 7 out of 10.
Scott gave it 7.5.
Amy's dad. Yes. Amy's dad in Everybody Loves Raymond. The father of Michelle is Amy's dad in Everybody Loves Raymond. And he is funny.
Fred Willard's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's mad funny. But anyway, okay, 2012, final movie. Everyone is back. They brought the entire cast back for the film called American Reunion, where everyone for the school reunion, everyone's getting back for the school reunion. So, Tiana, what did you think of this movie?
I liked what they did with it. Like, where they went with the reunion, like bringing them all back. They get to see the girls came back and everyone gets to see. I did enjoy this one. It's not like the favorite again, but it's up there. Like, it's just nice to see them all back.
Okay.
But definitely liked it.
Nate, what you got?
Now this one is interesting because this is the first one that is not written by Adam Herz, something like that. He wrote the first 3. And the first 3 all had different directors. But same writer. This is the first one that was written and directed by these 2 guys that were huge American Pie fans. And they also were screenwriters, filmmakers. And I got to tell you what, to me, watching these like close together, this one feels the most like the first movie than the other 2 movies.
Yes.
As far as the tone, the way the story kind of is laid out, the way the characters, like there's more parts where they're just kind of talking, being friends. Like the second 2 movies kind of lost that and they just went for like crazy joke after crazy gag after crazy gag. Whereas here, they like you have a party at Stifler's house. That was a staple. They didn't do that in the third movie, right? You had and I like where they advanced some of the characters, right? Oz is back. He has a Katrina Bowden's his girlfriend, super hot, super shallow, does drugs. He's like, oh my God. And I thought he was actually funny in this because the dance thing is really funny. The dance show he was on.
Yeah.
Like, if everyone just dance more, there'd be less war. And everyone's like, what the heck? This is and Stifler, I agree with you. He's still a man-child, which I don't love.
Yeah.
But he's in this less than American Wedding. He was like in every scene in that movie. At least sometimes he's off screen here.
No.
And also with Jim and Pam, that's Office. Jim and Michelle. Jim and Michelle being older, having a kid. I'm sure a lot of people could relate. Things change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this one. I actually like this one a lot. The only storyline. Oh, and Stifler and Finch's mom. Great way to end the movie. Rebecca De Mornay playing his mom. Incredible. He's like, this is my chance. At the very end, when they're sitting at the table and he just says it, and Finch is like, what? And then the movie ends like they go to credits. You don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I like that. And Jim's dad and Stifler's mom. Okay. I like this movie. I think it's good. I think it's funny. and it feels most like the first movie.
I agree. I enjoyed this one more than American Wedding. I don't know why. I think I guess this one is more relatable now for myself now with the kids and stuff. So now I can put myself in the shoes of Jim and stuff. So I had more fun with this movie. I liked it. I love the camaraderie with all the friends again. Like they brought it back and they were still friends through all this crap. And I did like the whole they were in the bar and then Stifler came in and he got really mad. I liked that. I thought it was pretty cool. But then he played it off during that part. But I agree. I like that they all grown up. And I thought it was fun seeing everyone back again older. I thought that worked out very well. But my favorite scene in this movie, dude, is Jim's dad getting high. He's like, "Oh no, where's the escape hatch?
Oh,
We
yeah.
gotta go." He's paranoid.
Well, no, first he gets drunk with Stifler.
Oh,
and
that
then he
was
goes
really
up,
funny too.
And he goes to the room,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Well, what about some pot?" And then he gets high with Stifler's mom.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh my God, where's the escape hatch?" And then he's on the window. He's
Then he gets up and runs around the corner. He runs down the hall, like down the alley.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought that scene was so fun. Like that to me, that was the funniest scene of the whole movie. That him with the dad, because you never got to see the dad that wasted. And the mom,
No.
Stifler's mom, was high too, and she's laughing. And he's laughing. And then when they told stories, he was like, "Oh, Jim banged the apple pie." And he was like, "Oh, Stifler took the brush." And put it
Oh, yeah.
And they're laughing.
But it wasn't the handle either.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you had a lot of funny moments with that. But then you had the heart part, right? Where the only thing I didn't like, and I thought it would never fly, was the girl next door was like really hot and then she was trying to bang Jim. Like to me, that felt weird.
Yeah.
That felt very weird. And then she got mad naked, like she lost the top and all that. And I was just like, ugh. Like that wouldn't fly with your wife. I don't know how cool Michelle was that with that, but
wasn't she the babysitter or something?
no, he was the babysitter
He
to
babysat
her.
her
he was
when she was
babysitting
little.
to her.
Yeah, and then she said that he was hot, that he was still hot.
She had a crush
Yeah,
on
that he
him.
was
Yeah,
hot.
she had a crush. And then all of a sudden she just started to hit on him when he was drunk, and then the rest was his. She got
And when
naked
she
and
took her clothes off.
yes, while he's
No, but that-
driving.
Bro, but that scene is funny because that's the scene where they're in the car and he's playing Spice Girls, and she's like, "I love classic rock."
Oh yeah, he goes, "This is classic rock." Yeah. Like,
Bro, that joke is funny.
yeah, there's some stuff that in I don't know. I think it was pretty.
Also, John Cho, when they ask him, "Where's your other MILF friend?" He's just like, "Friendship."
He's dead to me.
Issues. And then at the end, they come back together and they're just like, "MILF, MILF," and they just keep saying it to each other.
And they just go
MILF,
louder. Yeah.
MILF, MILF, MILF. Yeah, that part made me laugh too. It was funny.
Well, we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, Tiana, what do you think score? What would you give this out of a score?
I believe I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
not bad.
A little bit up there.
Not bad. All right. What you got, Nate?
7 out of 10 for this one. I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a great film. Compared to like the weddings in part 2, I think this is the best one out of those.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Before we bring up do the rankings, I want to ask you: do you think after watching these series of movies, do you think this type of comedy could come back with a reboot of a classic 80s movie? Let's just say Revenge of the Nerds. Can they do Revenge of the Nerds now, but with this type of raunchy comedy? What do you think? Or just something new? It doesn't even have to be like that, but can this comedy come back in this generation?
I don't think it can.
No?
I don't think it can because of some of the like jokes and stuff that like all those kind of comedies have. And I feel like it would offend people. Because nowadays, like most comedies are about like this generation. So I don't think they could bring it back. They could try, but I don't think it would succeed.
Okay. Nate, what you got?
I mean, it's tough. I'll agree with Tiana in that I think they can try it. And what was that movie with Jennifer Lawrence? That No Hard Feelings.
No hard feelings.
They were kind of putting that out. R-rated raunchy comedy, and it is R-rated. It has a lot of cursing. It has nudity.
But it wasn't raunchy.
It wasn't overly raunchy.
No.
I don't know if they can do the sex comedy anymore. I think it works. I think it works on like TV and stuff. I think like they could get away with more on like Netflix and things like that. But if you're trying to put out a big budget or even a middle budget type like R-rated comedy, no, I think these are a thing of the past. To be honest with you, I think they're a thing of the past, which is unfortunate. But I just don't see them making a movie like this anymore, or Revenge of the Nerds, or Porky's, or anything where they're spying on people without them knowing. It ain't gonna happen.
No.
Stuff like that. So I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there's hope. I have a hope of light in this tunnel, and I don't mean sex like comedy. I just mean like taking all our generational comedy actors and putting them in one big movie and just having a balls to the wall movie like Jack Black, right? They have like Jack Black, Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Kevin Hart, like whoever the hell, but you put them all like old school, but like all of them like doing some weird thing that they all were like something weird and fun, but having them doing a fun raunchy comedy that you just like, holy crap, like this could work.
The problem is they don't make comedy anymore. What they do is they make another kind of movie and then they just put jokes in it. So you have like your Marvel movies. That's where our comedy comes from now. It's full of jokes. Red One that I just, saw, the Christmas movie. They just put a bunch of jokes in it. So there's no like direct comedy genre anymore. Which is sad because I love it. But like what I wish they would, but it's pretty rare to just get a full on. This is a comedy, or even like the Judd Apatow stuff, Knocked Up, 40-Year-Old Virgin. That seems ancient now. And that was just like the 2000s. So I hope they do, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I like, I'm not too crazy with comedy, but I like it. Sometimes it's just funny. Like sometimes I just put on the Cable Guy and I just start laughing going, man, what happened to this movie? Like this movie's just so underrated and fun. Like I just miss those type of stuff. But all right, it's time to rank. It is time to do the unthinkable here.
Do the thing.
Yes,
let's read the chat real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. James says first watch of this was a 4.5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 10. But later in life, it hits different. Now it's a 7 out of 10. It really feels like them capturing the first movie again because they were adults being kids again.
Yeah.
Scott says I need to rewatch American Reunion. I only remember Jim's dad, the online dating, Jim taking care of the girl.
So funny. With the pictures.
J-Date.
Yeah. He's like,
He's wearing the same shirt, like pretty much in different colors every time.
The other funny part, I'm sorry, Nate. The other funny part that I laughed so hard is when Michelle is plucking his eyebrow. And she's like, ugh. And he's like, oh, man. And then when he turned around, it's the same thing. And he goes, oh, man, these are better.
A great look for me.
Yeah. Those are so funny.
Also, Stephanie loved Stifler's getting Jim's dad drunk. So she liked that part. Jay gave this a 4 out of 5. Scott gave it a 6.5. Tony deleted his, but I think he gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. All right. So this is not worse because I think these movies are all pretty good. So we can't say this is worse. But the least favorite, we could do it this way. All right. So Tiana, you're going to start with number 4. Don't give us 3 and 2 yet because I'll put the movie there. But what is your least American Pie favorite movie?
Okay, my least favorite one is American Pie 2.
Oh, that's right. That's what you said. Yes. Yep. You did not like that one. Okay, so I had to go boop and then go boop. All right, so American Pie 2, you did not like. All right, Nate, what is your least?
So I'll put this. I like all of them. I can watch all of them. I don't hate any of them. And this was weird because this would not have happened 2 years ago. But I think American Wedding is my least favorite of them. It's just too much Stifler. It's too much. They needed to pump the brakes on the Stifler, the Stiffmeister.
The Stiffmeister?
The Stiffmeister.
Okay. All right. Wait, hold on. Ugh. So much.
And I hate to do that because I used to be my favorite one, but not anymore.
You know what? I got to say, I've got to say, I'm with Tiana in this one. I did not like American Pie 2. It was not for me. I think the characters went a 360 from what they were in the original movie. Like, instead of progressing, they degressed a little bit. And I didn't like that. Not at all. I do like the fact with Jim, his storyline is out of all of them did get better in part 2 because he did fall in love with Michelle. Like he noticed that she is the one for him. So that I'll give a kudos to. But everyone from Oz, Kevin, and everyone else just went in the back burner. Especially him touching himself and if it was on the other side of the phone.
That was funny.
Yeah. He said, "What are you gonna do?"
Yeah, baby, keep going. That part is hilarious.
That was pretty funny. Okay, Tiana, you're number 3.
Okay, so number 3 I have written down is American Pie Reunion.
Oh, part 4. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Poop. There you go. All right, Nate, what you got?
Okay, so there's one line that separates this that made me laugh. I do love that part with that you just mentioned with the phone sex. However, the lesbian scene, there's 2 parts that made me laugh so hard. First, when they're talking about kissing or something, and Stifler looks at Finch, and he's like, "Don't say anything." Right, because his mom or whatever. That makes me laugh. And also when the little kid is running outside with the walkie-talkie, and he goes, "Red leader," and then she goes, "She's touching my breast," and the kid goes, "Mommy!"
Yeah,
Bro, it makes me laugh so hard every time. So I put that over American Wedding because there's a couple better jokes now. So American Pie 2, but I'd say they're about equal. It was like a coin toss here.
Okay. All right. This one was, for me, it was a little, let me go here. It was a little tricky here for me in terms of this, but I'm going to go with American Wedding. I wasn't too crazy with the Stifler stuff, but I thought the storyline was solid. I enjoy that one way better than part 2, like if you tell me. So for me, yeah, I will go with American Wedding. Okay, right. Tiana, what is your number?
We'll jump to chat. Jay's number 4 is American Pie 2. Stephanie loves the whole franchise. She says, "I'm not ranking, you idiots." Tony says 4. Tony's number 4 is American Wedding. Jay's number 3 is American Wedding. And Tony's number 3 is American Pie 2. And then Scott has a question. Which is your favorite spin-off? None of them. They're all horrible. So I don't have a favorite. I don't know if you guys do, but
I never seen none of
American
those.
Pie Presents. It's straight to DVD. I don't like any of them.
Oh no,
I do like Bandcamp. I do like it. It's a fun one.
I remember seeing like the Naked Mile, and I was like, I can't.
Oh, the Naked Mile.
I don't like
this. She's like,
nope, not for me.
All right, Tiana, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is American Pie.
Oh,
nice.
I like that.
I knew this was coming.
I like that. Okay. All right. Nate, what you got?
My number 2 is American Reunion. The surprisingly best sequel that I didn't think would be, but upon rewatch, it really worked for me. So I'm gonna go with that one, number 2.
Oh, geez. I'm very. Oh man, this is really interesting. Oh man. Okay.
We are everywhere. Like,
we are so everywhere on this one.
It's so everywhere.
Go with your heart.
I'm going with my heart and my soul.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, I will go with this one. I'm going with American Pie on this one. Because I think I guess because I'm older, I felt it's weird with this movie, right? I like it for what it was, but would I see myself watching this more than what I'm going to put as number 1? No, I would not.
Okay.
I guess I don't know if it's the tone of the movie or where I am in my stage of my life, but this one I thought it still held up, and I thought it was really good. But I think the other one was a little bit better. But it's just me. But yeah, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe it. All right, Tiana, what's your number 1?
American Wedding.
Oh, there it is. There you go. American Wedding is number 1. All right, Nate. Well, I already know what your number 1
pie.
is.
American Pie.
The classic pie.
First slice. That's what it should be called. American Pie, the first slice.
And mine, which is I know is weird. Everyone's gonna be like, really? No. American Reunion. I like Reunion a lot. I like them older for some reason. I thought it worked for me. It worked very well. I thought it was pretty cool, and I just love the scenes with the dad getting high as hell. I think that is just so freaking funny. I thought it worked.
It was a great scene.
It was really good. It was really
all right.
good.
Let's go to the chat. Tony, Jay's number 3 is American Wedding. Tony's number 3 is American Pie 2. Cal is here. What's up, Cal?
Yeah, what's up,
his
Cal?
number 4 is American Reunion. His number 3 is American Pie. American Pie, the first one. His number 2 is American Wedding. His number 1 is American Pie 2. James, number 4, Wedding. Number 3, Part 2. Number 2, Reunion. And number 1, the OG. So his was pretty much the same as mine.
Yeah, same as yours. Yeah.
Jay, number 2, American Reunion. Jay's number 1, American Pie. Cal says, well, number 2 is my favorite. Wedding is the best made, in his opinion. And he's never heard people really like Reunion. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Very interesting. I mean, look, this is our rankings here. It was good revisiting, to be really honest with you. I thought revisiting these were kind of fun and going
They're fun
back.
movies. They're easy to watch, for sure.
Oh, they're so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm happy I got my digital copies. I'm very happy. I got
that Blu-ray with all 4 of them.
Okay.
Oh,
I paid like $15 for it. It just has all the discs, and it has a lot of special features, which is cool. So,
so I have both. I have digital and physical.
Okay. Well, it was weird, right? Because when I was going for I put American Pie on Apple TV, and they had all of them, like every app,
Bandcamp and Naked Mile.
Yeah, all of those for like I think it was like $40.
That's what I have.
Yeah, and then they had the 4-pack, and I paid like $20. And I said I'd rather go for the 4-pack because I'm never gonna watch the other ones. Like, unless we were doing it for the show, I would have been like, let me just splurge and just buy the whole thing. But I was like, no, we're just doing the 4. So I was like, okay, cool. But I'm happy that I paid the damn thing, to be really honest with you. It's a cool rewatch.
I'm so happy we just did the 4 and not all 9.
Oh, there was no way.
The fact that there's more, fact that there's more spin-offs than actual movies is crazy. There's American Pie Bandcamp, American Pie The Naked Mile, then American Pie Beta House, American Pie Book of Love, and American Pie Presents Girls Rule. That sounds like a Girls Gone Wild video. I can't watch any of those things. That last one's terrible. It sounds terrible. Don't watch. I'm out on that. Cal, no, we're not ranking the spin-offs. I'm not watching those.
Well, the funny thing is, so we look. Well, Nate is the one that puts all this stuff together. He looks and he'll be like, "Oh, do you want to do all these?" And I'm like, I don't know. Especially we did for Halloween. Was 13 Halloweens. Right behind that, we was what?
10 Saws before that.
10 Saws. So we did 23 movies in a month. And there was and then once we talked about American Pie, I was like, we were like, there's no way we're doing 9 of those. And our rule of thumb is if the famous actors are not in the other sequels, like especially like these type of comedies, then we don't need to do them.
Like they're straight to DVD. Movies with only Jim's dad is in a few of them. Yeah. They're not part of the true like continuity. They're not. So that's why I didn't include them. So theatrical movies, like that's what we try to stick to the rankings.
Yeah. Next year. Yeah.
Bandcamp does have more of Jim's dad because he's the person, like the camp director dude.
Okay.
And so it is kind of a little bit funny too, but like you said, like going on to those other ones is kind of like meh. But that one is fun. It is a good one. So if you're looking for one out of all of them, just Bandcamp.
Just Bandcamp. Tiana puts the stamp on Bandcamp.
Tiana about to hit him with the reading rainbow and say, "Don't take my word for it."
Just Bandcamp.
Just Bandcamp out of the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, next year we laid out a really good year of rankings, but we're not doing 2 per month. We cutting that 2 per month out really fast. That's too much. Too much. Yeah.
They're so fun though to do. Like it's so fun.
It's fun. Tiana, it's very fun.
Hopefully you had a good time. I'll send you a list if you wanna take a look.
Oh,
yeah.
His camera messed up. We have a couple of guests lined up already, but we're gonna be doing 1 per month. We got some good franchises coming up. But yeah, the Halloween month was that was too much. Halloween alone was too much, but Saw and then Halloween was like back to back, way too much.
Oh, that would have been
Yeah, basically 2 weeks to watch each franchise on top of anything else you're doing.
They're great streams, though. Great streams. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to do, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. So
yeah, it's a lot of preparation, especially when you have like a lot of things going on.
I mean, think about it. If each movie is 2 hours, that would have been 20 hours of movie. You got to find time in between your regular life, and if you want to watch anything else, sorry,
you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this was easy.
Yeah, these are quick. The next one, I'll say the next one because I didn't have time to do graphics for that, but I'll release the like graphics during the week of leading up to it. It's gonna be December, and it's going to be the Santa Clauses with Tim Allen. Tim Allen Santa Clauses. We're gonna do the first 3 movies. Well, there's only 3, so we're doing the Santa Clauses 1, 2, and 3. And then the final show. I'll just say now because there's no rankings at the end. The final show of the show is gonna be the last show of the year. And then we're gonna take a 2-week.
Let's tell them we're supposed to be bringing back an old favorite for the last show of December. We're supposed to be doing a trivia show.
Yeah, we're doing
Christmas trivia.
Yeah,
if y'all want it, people ask us about trivia every other week. Someone's in the chat like, "What? Bring trivia back." Usually it's Jimmy or Jay or someone, but
yeah.
But we'll see. We gotta check the calendar, man. We do have holidays coming up, so. That's the idea, but we'll see. But yeah, Santa Claus, 3 movies, baby. 3 movies.
3 movies. And then after that, I promise you guys, next year's ranking videos, live streams are going to be all popular franchises. And it's not going to be like, it's going to be some long month. But
there's one that's really long.
Very, very.
There's a 13 movie month.
Yeah, we're not going to say what it is, but it's 13 movies. We're gonna do so. It's 1 per month. We're gonna have fun with that. But we're gonna do a Christmas party. Scott was like, "Are we doing a Christmas party?" We could do a Christmas party if you guys want to. A Geeks and Flicks Christmas party to end the. Because we're gonna do a 4-week off. I mean, me and Nate we do an action movie podcast, so we always working. But in terms of live streaming and all that stuff, I just want to
take off for Christmas.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much in that sense. But yeah,
trivia sounds pretty fun. Like that's pretty fun trivia, especially Christmas trivia.
Our old trivias were they were always pretty fun. We do like a tournament. We have people come in, come out, 1-on-1. Yeah, trivia is good. So we'll see. We do want to bring it back, but now doing 1 ranking per month, it now opens up the other week for us to do trivia shows or best of lists and things like that again. So
or just hangouts, sitting down and talking and just laughing. Because I kind of miss those where we just sit down with people and we just shoot the shit and just laugh. I mean, it doesn't have to be movies. Like I don't buy as much anymore, but I just like sitting down and just laughing with everyone. But
coming back in 2025, talking with people.
Talking with you. Yes, a new segment. How to communicate.
Hello and welcome. Just have someone come in and we'll talk with them.
That's right. This is called communication. Yeah, no. We'll have fun with that. That would be can we do shots with trivia? You could do whatever you want. You're gonna get blasted. Have fun.
If you want to win, don't do it.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to have my Christmas vacation moose head. I have my moose set, so I might have my eggnog during that whole bowl.
Cal is dropping kindergarten cop line.
About time you bring back trivia. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
See? Popular.
But yeah, so that we laid out the plans. You guys know what's going to happen. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for tonight. We did the Amercian Pie. I know, Tiana, you have another live stream, right?
Yeah, you're good. You guys are good.
We're good? We good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can wrap it up as normal.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I just want to make sure. She's like, gotta go. Come on, guys. You gotta do.
Imagine she just like dashes off the screen.
Yeah.
You just see her background. She just
She's
goes
like,
to it.
I'll be right back, guys. And you just see black. Gone. But okay, so I think that's pretty much it with that. Nate, you said you're doing your you're out of the theater.
Yes.
Right? This week.
So,
Today's Sunday. I'm sorry. I'm so off. So tomorrow you have 1989 top 5 lists. So let me explain this to people, because I was trying to explain it to some of my friends, and I was doing tongue-tied, so I kind of sounded pretty dumb when I said it. But so correct me if I'm wrong on this, okay? Yeah. So Nate is doing the top 5 favorite movies of every year he was living.
He's been alive.
You've been alive, right? So he started in 1987. So his year birth was 1987. So he did his top 5s of that. Then last week he did 1988. And this week on Monday, you're dropping 1989. Correct? Okay. All right.
So and then 1990 and 91 and every year following, my top 5 favorite movies. Not the best. I'm not here to tell you what's better or worse. Just my favorite movies from every year that I've been alive. So yes, that will be dropping. And then Moana 2 comes out next week. So I will probably review that. I know it's a cartoon, but it's Disney. It's a big movie. So and then Wicked will be after that, because I'm not seeing it till next Sunday.
I was gonna say, just an advice. For your 1981, put your favorite as your number 1. Because I was editing it, and I like the way you did it. You put it as any number, I don't have the favorite, whatever. But you should put your number 1, your number 1. Like, this is my favorite. Like, 1989, for me, if I would have, but I'm not doing it, but I would just hypothetical would put Ghostbusters 2 up in there, right? So I mean, my number 1 would be Ghostbusters 2, but then everything else could be just random, right? Just random. But that's just me.
No, I feel that. So I might have to take your advice starting with 1991, because I refilmed them. I don't have the voice to refilm them. So I already recorded 89 and 90. But I think I did it in one of them. So
we should do? We could do a Chinese translation. You can send me your audio and I put it over your mouth. So if we all sync, and it'll be like, my favorite number 1 is, and then I just throw up the movie. We could do something like that, like a Chinese knockoff type movie.
Cal wants to know everyone's birth year. 87.
Birth year?
Yeah, I'm 87.
I am. I don't want to date myself. No, anyway, I was 83.
83.
I'm 95.
95?
Oh, little baby, Tiana.
Oh, little baby, don't you cry.
All right. 95.
Wow.
I'm like my brother. My brother is 96. So
yeah, I'm only
David 29. Is 96?
David 96. Yeah.
Jeez. He was born when the Yankees won the World Series.
That's right. That's right.
Holy hell. Wow.
That's great. So 95, that has some good ones. I don't remember my list off the top of my head.
There's some great ones in 95 for sure.
The 90s is really fun to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But they're fun. They're fun videos to make. They just took a really long time to go through every movie that released and make the list.
That's interesting. So okay, Monday, 1989, dropping on Monday. Wednesday, I'll be dropping Twister. I already shot everything. I just need to start doing post-production on stuff. But it's gonna be the review of this. I'm gonna do the comparison to the Blu-ray and 4K, like I've been doing, and then the unboxing. And then I just got an email from our company, right? And they said, Big Papa Al. And they were like, I'm sending you Ash's chainsaw. Oh! Can you believe it, Nate? I'm getting Ash's chainsaw, brother. I'm gonna be doing unboxing of Ash's Evil Dead chainsaw. Yes, from Army of Darkness. It's going to be in my possession.
Like a statue?
Huh?
It's like a statue or something?
No, it's the prop from the movie. I put my hand in and I go and caught my hand. I can do all that stuff. So it's not a real chainsaw, but it's a prop replica of Ash's chainsaw that I got an email. They're sending it to me, so I'm happy for that. I've been dying to have that in my movie prop collection. Well, I'm waiting for my Dan Carpenter to build my damn set so you can see all my props and stuff. But I'm dying to open that up. And Yes, I'm very excited because that is one of the my things that I always wanted in my collection. I got the Proton Pack from Ghostbusters, which I haven't opened up yet. And then I got an email from Hasbro that they just sent me the PKE meter and the Ghost Trap from the new movie Frozen Empire. So now I'm going crazy because I'm like, damn, I got to get my stuff together. But anyway.
I'm trying to get an actual raptor from Jurassic Park. Like a real one. A baby, like a pet.
That would be so funny. Or a Ninja Turtle from like
that would be sick. Like the little babies with the little, and like I pour ooze on them, and then I become their Master Splinter.
You'd be like, you're Raphael.
That was sick.
And they go,
Tiana, before we let you go, you have a question in the chat. Cal wants to know, is the 90s better than the 80s as far as movies, in your opinion? Just you. You don't care about me and Alex. He wants to know what you think.
I'd say the 90s for sure.
Oh my god!
I agree with her.
No, that is so biased because she was born in '95. That is.
I was born in '87. I still like the 90s.
Well, but technically, you grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, you're right.
But I love 80s horror because 80s horror is better. I find.
I will go with that.
Yeah,
I'll co-sign that.
I would co-sign on that one. I would say this in terms of when it comes to the 80s. I think 90s have better
action.
Oh, well, hands down. Hands down, got better action. But I think 80s have better originals, meaning original ideas for movies. Like Back to the Future, if it would have came out in the 90s, I don't think it would be what it is in the 80s. I just think there's something about the 80s flair in some of these originals. And 90s have their own stuff, but I just think in terms of stories, I think 80s have better stories, while the 90s have a lot of good stuff going for them. Right? Like you have Revenge of the Nerds in the 80s, but then you have American Pies in the 90s, right? You got the Rambos in the 80s and the Commandos and all that, but then in the 90s, you got the Speeds and the Point Breaks and the
Terminator 2.
The Terminator 2s, right? We still got RoboCop.
Twister.
You got Twister. We had Earthquake.
Earthquake. That was the 70s.
Oh my god. We got right. We had Free Willy in the 90s. But then we had Orca, the killer whale, in the 80s, right? You ever seen Orca, Tiana?
I've actually never seen Orca.
You never seen Orca?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. You know what? When I was a kid, it freaked me out, that Orca movie. It freaked me out. I haven't seen it since, but I remember it freaked me the hell out. More than Jaws, for some reason. Jaws still freaks me out. I don't go in the water much because of Jaws. But Orca was kind of freaky. You should try out. You should see it. You have it in your collection?
I don't have it in my collection, but I'll add it to the list of buying things.
It's getting a 4K.
You don't need it.
I think Tino Lorber's putting it out.
You don't need a 4K Orca. But you know what? Scott buys everything in 4K. So to Scott, he'll be like, yes. But yeah, I mean, if you can find it for cheap or just wait for the Blu-ray, you could do that. I mean, for the 4K, then yes. But
it's a Dino De Laurentiis movie. So
yeah, it's very, from what I remember, it was a crazy tale of a revengeful Orca. It's funny,
I will definitely check that out.
It's very creepy. Let me see. Kyle said, Scott, probably Alex be blurring the lines to make 80 stronger. That's not true. I don't think so. I mean, if I had to choose 80s or 90s, I would definitely pick 90s, but for certain genres. And then
most people pick 80s. Most people pick 80s.
Yeah, I mean, we had better music.
Especially of a certain age. Because like my brother would be like 2000s best because that's when he grew up. Yeah. No, you know, it's kind of it's pretty much what you grew up watching, what you're gonna like.
Well, I'll say 80s cartoons all the way. I'll tell you that. All the way 80s cartoons.
Batman the animated series.
Huh?
90s. Batman the animated series, 90s.
Yeah,
that's the best. That is the best cartoon.
Yeah, but we had Thundercats, we had Voltron, we had Ghostbusters, Turtles.
The 80s had like 10 good ones, and the 90s
we had more than 10, fool.
The best one.
No, we had more than 10. We had G.I. Joe. Come on, real American hero. And they had Duke in front of everyone. He's like, yo, Joe. And then Camera Commander on the other side. Come on.
I'm not impressed.
I am impressed. And
all right,
Darkwing Duck. Come on, bro.
That was 90s.
Darkwing Duck. I know. I like Darkwing. That is a movie that I would love to see live action. Is Darkwing Duck.
I'll tell you right now, if I see a live action, no, because then that's like Howard the Duck. I don't want to see that. No, I'm good. Pass. I don't want to see that.
Oh my God.
Duck walking around.
You want to see a duck, a purple duck.
Let's
Let's send this thing home.
Let's get dangerous. All right. I have fun. I always like doing this stuff because we go off the rails on this stuff. Darkwing Duck versus Howard. Oh no, Darkwing all the day. Versus Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Okay. With that said, Tiana, please plug your page. Everything's in the description for Tiana, but you could plug in your page.
Perfect. Hey, I'm Tiana Loves Movies. I am on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. That's where you can find me. Yeah. Come on over.
There you go.
Thank you for having me, guys. So
no, it was great. You are welcome to come any other shows you like. Now you have the pass.
Sounds good.
Nate, you're good. You had honey in your voice today. I'm proud of you.
I sound horrible, and my throat hurts
really bad.
Yes. So after this, I'm gonna go to sleep. I think it might be night time for Nate.
There you go. There you have it. All right, guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We're going to be doing the live rankings of Tim Allen's Santa Claus. December is going to be right around the corner. So, again, a lot of content is coming out this week. Be sure to follow Tiana in her Instagrams and YouTubes and TikToks and other stuff. All the other stuff. Other rocks, talks, and all that stuff. And, of course, for us, Instagram, Geeks and Flicks. And then, of course, TikTok. Nate handles that as Geeks and Flicks also over on TikTok. Again, a lot of content is coming out this week. Again, thank you everyone that joined us live. You guys are catching us on the replay. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. And, of course, like always, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Have more fun with you guys. Till then, be awesome to each
Thanksgiving.
other. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And you too. Yes, Tiana, you too. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Got the memo today. Got the memo 2 seconds later. And again, if you guys are seeing Wicked, you guys are going to have a blast. It's going to be it's a great movie. It'll be a good movie. Till then, be awesome to each other and geek out.